What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hello and welcome to my Sunday bonus video. Today we are going to be going through my entire eyeshadow palette collection right here and pulling the 4 palettes that y'all will have to choose from for my upcoming Throwback Thursday video. If you're unfamiliar with that, it is a series here on my channel that I started as a way to get some use of the older eyeshadow palettes in my collection. So the way it works is every Sunday I post a bonus video just like this, and then I post a poll over my community section with the names and pictures of each of the palettes. I give y'all a few days to vote, and then we create a look with the winner. Now, since it is October, we are playing with spooky palettes all month long. So last week we did play with Devour from Unearthly. The first week we played with Strange and Unusual from Bella Beauty Bar. So let's go ahead and dive in and pull out our 4 palettes for this week. So top drawer up here looks a little bit different. I did just a little bit rearranging because I felt like this was kind of an empty drawer and I needed to kind of spread things out a little bit. So now we have Nomad and Unearthly, and I don't think there's anything in here to really play with. I do have my 2 Nomad Spooky palettes, but like I've said before, I have just done a video using both of those, so we're just going to kind of skip those for now. We just played with Devour from Unearthly, and there's not really anything else in here that is like spooky season related, I don't think. Let me go through here and just kind of double check because I have been known to miss things. So let's see here. I think this was a Halloween release, but since they're coming out with their revamped version, we're going to skip out on this one because it's going to be expanded. I will definitely have a video with that, kind of comparing the 2 palettes and seeing what our true differences are, but I don't think there's anything else in here. Nope. So let's go ahead and move down to our next drawer. Now this one is still the same. We have Bella Beauty Bar, Cosmic Beauty, and Ensley Rain. And y'all, this palette came out October of last year, so that makes this a spooky season palette. So I am 100% going to pull this one for this week's choices. This is so beautiful. I have never played with this one before. I have been longing for it for the longest time, and I finally just went ahead and did it. I ordered the palette, and I am so incredibly excited. So we have our first choice for this upcoming week. Ignore the band-aid on my thumb. I kind of sliced my finger cooking a couple of days ago, and so I took the nail off, and I've just had a band-aid on, so that's why I just have the 9 nails on and I'm missing one. I've noticed it in the last couple of videos, but okay, let's go ahead and move on. So as always, we have this one from Cosmic Brushes, and I love this palette. Oh, it's so pretty. We're gonna pull her. We'll see what happens. I do still have Recently De-Influenced from Bella Beauty Bar, and I think I've pulled this both of the 2 weeks this month, and both times I've put it back. Let's go ahead and pull it. We'll see what happens. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in this drawer. Let's double check really quick. No, there's nothing else. We've already played with Strange and Unusual. Basic Witch is an option, but I don't think I'm going to pull that one for this week. We're going to wait on that one. Well, now I've kind of done it. I can't get everything back in here. I don't know what I'm going to do whenever I bring in the rest of my palettes from this year. I'm really going to have to do some reorganizing. Maybe I'll film that. I don't know. We'll see how things go at the end of the year. Okay, let's move on to our next drawer. So this one right here is Adept back here, Odin's Eye, and then I moved Blend Bunny down here because I just don't have a whole lot from the brand. Now they do have one spooky season palette. I've talked about this before. It's the Sickly Sweet palette, and it's just not really what I go for this time of year. If y'all want to have me pull it for a week, I absolutely will, but I just kind of skip over it because as much as I love that palette, I just don't feel it right now. Okay. We have the 2 from Odin's Eye. So these are the 2 Angelica Nyquist collabs that she did last year for Halloween. We have the Little Ghost palette, and then we have the Trick or Treat palette. So for now, we're going to go ahead and pull this one. I'm going to have to dwindle down. I always do every week. I just pull everything out because I want to play with everything. Okay, Adept has never done anything. I would love to see like a spooky season themed palette from Adept. I don't know how they would do that, but I would love to see it. Okay, let's move down to this drawer. Sorry if you heard my knees pop. Okay, so in here we have Glam Light back here, Fantasy Cosmetica, we've got Gourmande Girls, we've got Simply Posh, we've got Wicked Widow, and Glaminatrix. So I think it's time to pull another Glam Light palette. I did have Ghost Face pulled last week, but it didn't win. So do I want to pull another one? I do have the new Halloween 2 palette coming, and I did end up ordering Camp Crystal Lake, so we will do something with those at some point. But let's go ahead and... which one do I want to pull? I'm kind of thinking... I don't know if I want to pull the Dream Master palette or if I want to pull the Freddy Krueger palette. I'm kind of thinking the Freddy Krueger palette. I love the green tones in here. I love the murkiness of it. Okay, we're going to pull this one for now. I'm already up to 5 palettes, y'all, so this is going to have to be dwindled. Now, I have said I do have something planned for this palette and a couple of others, so that will be coming. And I am going to do something with this one as well, but I want to do it in either another video or a short or something, so I'll figure that out. But let's go ahead and move on to this next drawer. So per usual, I need to reorganize myself and sit on the floor, so I'll be just right back. Alright, so here we are at this drawer. Now this one is kind of a mishmash of a bunch of different brands. We've got all of my Juvia's Place right here. And then back over here we've got Jolie Beauty. We have 2 of my palettes from Lunar Beauty. We've got Tiny Marvels from Mel Thompson in collaboration with Sydney Grace. Over here we have all of my ColourPop, and I am going to do a video with this one. It's going to be included with the Haunted palette from Gourmande Girls. I have 2 other palettes that I'm waiting on before I do that video. They're kind of new to me spooky season palettes, and I'm going to do like a 4 looks 4 palettes video, so that will be coming as soon as those other ones get here. But then I also have my 2 Sigma palettes, and then I have my Melt right here, and I do have the Vida and Muerte palettes, and I am going to do a standalone video with these 2 palettes, kind of creating one look, so that will be coming. I have a bunch of content coming for this month that I'm so excited about, so as soon as I can kind of get it all pumped out there, it will be up on my channel. But there's not anything else in this drawer, so we're gonna move on to this drawer right here. Now this one, once again, is a huge mishmash of different brands in here. Like, I can't even keep this one organized anymore, but I do have, where are they? The Castle of Horrors palette from Ladybug Glow, an absolute favorite of mine. It was in last week. Sadly, it didn't win. And then, of course, I have the 2 from Shroud in collaboration with Batty Bean. We had the Halloween palette, which is my favorite of the 2. That one was in last week. And then we also have the It's Freaking Bats palette, which is gorgeous as well. And it's such a shame to whatever's going on with Shroud. They just kind of ghosted people and disappeared off the face of the earth. But maybe we'll do something at some point. Like I said, I have a lot of content planned, but I think that's kind of it for this drawer. Oh, I do have the Martine Cosmetics Mayday palette in here that was a spooky season release, and I've touched on this before, that this one just gives me more of like a winter vibe. I understand the theme that they're going for. I love all of the names of the sharks in here and the characters from Jaws, but it's just not one that I reach for this time of year, but maybe we'll get to it at some point. In fact, Martine actually has a new palette launching today, and I love the color story, and I debated picking it up, but it is like scary clown themed, and as much as I love horror movies and spooky season, I cannot deal with scary clowns or scary leprechauns. It's the 2 things that are 100% off limits for me. In fact, Clarity Cosmetics released a new palette, and I love the color story in there. It's so pretty. It's like all these really pretty green shades, but it's got scary leprechauns on the front, so it's a no for me. Like, I just gonna kind of pass on that one. But this drawer is complete, and I think we're kind of done choosing, because this drawer down here, whoops, as always, is my singles, so there's not really any palettes down here. I do have all of these singles from Terra Moons that I just picked up. The bottom row, I believe, are the new ones that they just launched, and then these are older ones up here. We'll figure out something to do, maybe a swatch party or something. Maybe I should go through and do like a swatch party of all of my singles. Let me know if that sounds like something y'all would want to see. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on, because my last drawer, per usual, is this one over here, and this one houses like all of my luxury and mainstream eyeshadow palettes, and there's nothing in here because they don't do spooky palettes for spooky season, which I think they could really make a killing off of, but no pun intended on that, by the way. But I think that's going to be it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull down the 5 palettes that I have pulled, and then we'll have to dwindle one down, and I'll give y'all the final 4. Alright, so here are the 5 palettes that I pulled so far, and like I said, we have to get rid of one of them. Now, we are definitely going to leave in the Twisted Tea Party palette because I have never played with that one before, and I'm really excited about it. And per usual, if it doesn't win, I'll figure out some way to use it. But it comes down to these 4 right here. So I'm just going to set that one aside for a minute. Now we have the Gothic palette, which is a purple monochromatic palette. Absolutely beautiful. I love that one. We have the Little Ghost palette. We have, which one is this? The Freddy Krueger palette from Glamlight, which is like a monochromatic green palette. And then we have the recently de-influenced palette from Bella Beauty Bar. So, this is such a tough choice because I really want to play with all of them, but it's kind of down to these 2 right here. Like, which one do I want to get rid of? Do we want to play with all green or do we want to play with all purple? Obviously my heart is all over the all purple, and I'm kind of leaning towards this one right here, but this one is just so much more appropriately themed for this time of year. So, decisions are hard, but I think we're gonna leave in the Glamlight palette and take out the Gothic palette from Cosmic Beauty. I have played with this one recently on my channel too, and I actually do play with this one quite a bit. Like you can see, this one is 100% loved, and this one just hasn't gotten quite the same amount of love out of it as that one has. So we're going to go ahead and leave in this one and take this one out. So with that being said, these are going to be the 4 finalists for this upcoming Throwback Thursday. So let's run through these really quick, and then y'all can head over and start voting. So up first we have the Twisted Tea Party palette from Ensley Rain. Look at that color story. Look at that artwork though. Oh my gosh. I know they do a lot of AI artwork, but it's still absolutely stunning. I do wish that they would hire artists and pay some people, but that's like a whole other tangent I can get on. But this is beautiful. So we have that one. We have the recently de-influenced palette from Bella Beauty Bar. So incredibly beautiful. And then we have the Little Ghost palette. Oh, while I'm on it, my video with the Vamp palette will be going up tomorrow, FYI, just in case you were curious. Like I said, we have the Little Ghost palette from Odin's Eye in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. Whoops. Man, I've got butterfingers today. And then lastly, we have the Freddy Krueger palette from Glamlight in collaboration with A Nightmare on Elm Street. And it is going to be all of these really pretty grungy green tones. So those are going to be the 4 final choices for this week. Make sure you head over to my community section, cast your vote. I cannot wait to see what wins this week. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye.